All right, we're live. Thibaut, thanks for
Nice.
taking the time to come and chat with me.
Yeah, good to see you, Emmett.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming on and joining us in this webinar today. For those of you who've forgotten, the title here is How BetterPic Generated 25% of its revenue through affiliate marketing in just a year. Obviously, very eye-catching title, and very curious to chat with Thibaut about what they've done. But before we get started, maybe just a little bit of quick housekeeping. We'll be chatting for about 35-ish minutes, something like that. And then we're going to turn it over to Q&A. So feel free to engage in the chat. Someone on our team, Audrey, will be in the background here, helping to kind of collate questions. We've got the Q&A section as well in there. And so feel free to ask questions in the chat, and we'll get to those at the end of the session in the Q&A bit. Maybe start off, it's kind of cool just to see where everybody's from. So feel free to write a little message saying, hi, I'm so-and-so from Paris or Lisbon or wherever you're located. Always cool to see where people are calling in from. And yeah, so I guess maybe just to start things off, what I might do is get you, Thibaut, just to give us just a little bit of an introduction to yourself, BetterPic, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, basically I'll just quickly intro myself and then go into how we got started on BetterPic. So basically started as cross in marketing world back in COVID. So I started with a small Shopify store. I was doing some drop shipping. I did that for a few months, then realized, okay, I need to move on to the agency to build a bit my connections and experience with people. So I joined one of those big agency from Belgium, and that's where I met Ricardo, the co-founder of BetterPic. So we worked there together for a year, and then after a year we kind of both quit there and work on SaaSmic, which is a smaller agency. We preferred having like a smaller type of, more like a family type of vibe. So we basically worked there for a year or something. We still work there, but we did that for more than a year. And then I was telling Ricardo, so why don't we buy a company? Because if we are growth marketer, we should be able to ourselves grow a company. Otherwise, we can't reprove ourselves. So 2 months later, Ricardo came back with that deal. So he had met this guy from Miguel, the CTO of BetterPic from Spain, and basically Miguel was selling his company, and we thought, okay, that looks like a really great deal. And then so yeah, back in January 2024, so last year, we acquired the company, and basically there was a few channels already set that Miguel put together, and among them there was this affiliate channel, which was at this point already making 25% of the revenue.
Okay.
So basically I thought, okay, now I'll just give myself this channel, we grow the company, but let's keep 25% from affiliates because basically you pay after the revenue comes in the company. So that sounds like a great channel.
Yeah.
So that's
And when you guys bought BetterPic, can you give us a sense of the scale of the business when you bought it?
Yeah, that's right. I haven't mentioned. So basically it was at around 1.5 thousand monthly revenue.
Okay.
For the past maybe 2-3 months. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you bought it at that stage. Okay, and maybe a little bit of background, like for those people who are watching who aren't familiar with BetterPic, what does the product itself do?
Yeah, so basically we transform your traditional selfie or unprofessional pictures. You input them into BetterPic, and then you get a set of professional AI generated pictures. That's basically in under half an hour. So basically our biggest competitor is professional photographers.
Awesome. And okay, so you bought the business about a year ago, right? And when you bought it, it was 1.4 thousand in monthly recurring revenue, give or take. Um, and where's the business at now in terms of
So
scale?
last month we closed at 170, pretty much $70,000.
Okay.
So yeah, that's more than 100x, 120x something.
Okay. So you can go back to your agency with your head held high to say, yes, we know what we're talking about as growth marketers. We could take a small business and turn it into a much bigger business.
Basically go from not junior but like mid level to basically scaling the company
Yeah.
CMO. So in about
Yeah.
a year. So yeah, that's big leap.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So maybe just talk us through a little bit like your thinking around affiliate marketing. So there was a program already set up, obviously much smaller program. What, from your perspective as a growth marketer, what is it about affiliate marketing that is so appealing?
So yeah, as I was saying, what is so appealing about affiliate marketing is especially for bootstrap company, because if you have funding, then it's a different game. But if you are bootstrap, basically you find those partnerships, which those partner becomes your affiliate, right? And basically they bring you revenue before you actually pay out the commission. So in terms of cash flow, that's perfect for bootstrap company. But also to mention that deals are not always okay. You just pay commission. You often also have upfront payments, but in essence, you get the revenue and then you start paying the commission. So for bootstrap company, it's just no brainer.
And I suppose if you're to contrast that to say like Google ads or Facebook ads, for example, where you're paying a lot of money up front and there's no guarantee of success on the back end.
Yeah, exactly. Because we tried Facebook ads, but that's cash burn in the beginning. That's for sure, because you need to understand the audience, etc. And that's also top of funnel. So that's harder through those type of channels. But we also do Google ads, that's for sure,
Yeah.
because it's high intent. So that I will never say okay, don't do Google ads. But you also need to have some cash. That's for sure.
Yeah. And sorry, with regards to Facebook ads, had what sort of experience had you guys had
In
there?
in terms of campaigning.
Yeah, and kind of like what kind of results had you seen there?
Yeah, so we did that last year. That's basically my background. So I was like, okay, we're gonna launch the channel, because after maybe 2-3 months, you think, okay, every next month needs to be bigger. So we need to open up new channels. If the channels we are working on now, they will take a few more months to start growing, especially affiliates. It
Yeah.
doesn't start from day one. So, okay, we need to launch paid social. That's my background. If I can't succeed there, then it means that we need to switch to another channel. So we basically spent 3 to 5K with, maybe we had about 10 sales. So we understood, okay, let's stop burning cash there. And that's where I thought, okay, let's stop burning cash on paid social. Let's go back to affiliate, full focus. We try to find those big deals with people that bring revenue. So I spend the next 3-4 months really focusing on finding those partners. And then you can see it here, basically. Maybe you can zoom in a bit. Yeah. So basically, from June, that's when I found new partners. I had actually two deals. I had partners through SEO and then partners through influencer marketing. And you see the big jump in June, because basically we go from 800 to 3K, so it's pretty much like a 3x. And then in August, again, we found a new deal. We found new ways of exploring influencer marketing. And then you have another 3x from 5 to 15 this time. So that's the scale is much larger.
Yeah, this is some pretty tremendous results. Okay, so you said that you kind of identified there's two successful sort of types of affiliates. So one is SEO, or maybe another way would be like organic kind of content. So they've got sort of kind of content sites, and then the other is influencers. And I think in episode 2 we're probably going to get more into the SEO topic a little bit. So maybe we focus a little bit more on the influencer side. Maybe talk us through like a little bit of maybe some like examples of sort of an archetypal influencer affiliate and what they look like and how you engage with them.
Yeah, so if you go back to this graph, so basically, if you go from January to May, we had one influencer, but we did not really have control over this influencer. He just joined the program, but wouldn't share anything, wouldn't like tell us what he's doing. He was just making sales. So we were like, okay, that's good, but how do we find more of those? So basically, in June, I started looking into those smaller influencer. They actually, I call them smaller, but they have big audiences. And why I call them smaller is because they are basically built on trends. So if you go and look, for example, on Twitter, you have those accounts that have massive amounts of followers. They don't actually buy them, but they actually jump on trends, on the AI trends in this case. And basically that's how they grow their account. So I was like, okay, let's try, because it seems that basically on Twitter, you can see the number of impressions. So you straight off, you can see what's the result, right? So you can just contact them and see, okay, let's try to do a post. And basically affiliate marketing, he helped me to negotiate the deal. So we would have like a portion of what we pay them as a upfront payment. And then the rest we can start negotiating with the commission. Basically, we would give them like a good commission, and that's how we could negotiate those deals. And then basically from June, I had 1 or 2 person posting, and then from actually that's more here. So from June we had a few people posting, and then from July, so we went from 10,000 to 19,000. We had more of those influencer postings, so our channel was growing, and also other channels were growing. For example, organic, because the post that those people will do on their channel, we will get the conversion tracked through commissions, but we also have a big effect on the organic, because people will see a post, they will just search for BetterPic and then go through organic. So we've seen the affiliate marketing channel growing along with organic. So basically from August, we doubled down, we made more posts, more contacts. And then we got to 33,000. And so at this point, I was talking with a lot of influencers. I was trying to find a system. And then you will see that in September, we went down a little bit. September, I thought, okay, how can we test the limits of influencer posting, of this type of influencer posting, because there are a lot of different influencer types. So from September, I was like, okay, let's max out. Let's see if we post every day with someone new. So we went from maybe 18 posts in a month to 60 posts in a month. But basically, there was like a saturation, because we would post more, we would not get more results. and I would just have my brain started to burn because it's like managing all those people at the same time. And then from the next month, we basically filtered through and kept the best influencer to work with us. So that was basically the approach with those people. Maybe I can share something else, some numbers. Yeah, yeah. You had a question?
No, I was saying, yeah, please do share. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So basically, in terms of impression, that's basically what we are at. In August, it went completely viral. We spent less than 4K on those influencers. And then we had 30 million impression. You will see it only happened in August. But basically our CPM was about 13 cents. So this strategy was working super well for us. But then after from September, you'll see it's about 1 to 2 million impressions. Now we just keep, we just keep the pace. We just try to see more channels and different types of influencer because as I say, when you saturate, when you do too much of the same, then you just saturate, so you don't get more results. But yeah.
These impressions are these sort of like website wide, or are these specifically affiliates impressions, or what's
Yeah,
the split here?
it's basically from the platforms. If it's on Twitter, it's easy. You just go, you can see the impressions. And
I see
if
what you
it's
mean. Okay, yeah.
other
Okay.
channels, we just ask them, can you send a screenshot so we can basically track performance this way.
Very interesting. And then the money spent, that's the affiliate commissions that you paid out.
Yeah, the affiliate commission plus the upfront payment. So that's everything included.
Interesting. Okay. And typically what would the split be? So what sort of upfront payment are you paying them? And then what sort of commissions are you paying out on the back end?
Yeah, so basically upfront payment between $200-300 per post.
Okay.
We try to have them posting every week, so it's not every day would not work, obviously, but we want to have these recurrent impressions going on. So yeah, $200-300 per post, and then when it comes to commission, it depends. Some of them are basically would be maybe 1,000 per month, and some would be less. Depends on the quality of the audience. That's a major factor.
Okay. And then 200 to 300 a month. And is there kind of like, is that based on
Per
like the size of
post,
their per post? And
yeah.
is that based on like the size of their audience? Like if someone has a bigger audience or smaller audience, or
That in the beginning, that's what you would think, but then you realize, okay, this person has 300,000, but doesn't necessarily have a better audience than someone with 40,000. And
okay,
in the end, they get the same amount of impressions. And in the end, so the one with the smaller audience is actually making more revenue to us.
interesting. Okay. Super interesting.
So, so yeah, that's basically you need to find them, test, and compare with each others, find your best influencers, and then keep them and have this recurrent way of posting.
Interesting. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm just looking at some of the numbers you shared here. And I know we'll talk with more detail in the next session about the SEO, but what would you say is like where are you seeing the better results between the two, like SEO versus influencer?
SEO, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's here. Yeah, so that's basically the channel split for affiliates.
Yeah.
I'm not revealing all of them, of course, but here I can say that influencer is the yellow one, SEO is the blue one. So it's always winning, but now we start having a more like a good share between the different channels. But that's SEO is basically the main one to focus on.
Okay. When it comes to recruiting affiliates, what are you doing? Are you just kind of hunting around for people that are talking about similar things to,
Yeah,
your kind of target audience?
yeah, so basically when it comes to influencer, you go on the platforms that you want to test out. If you want to, like TikTok, Instagram, etc. You just browse around, see what they're posting about, if it's relevant to your product, of course, and then you see also the engagement, etc. You can also have tools to see if they actually bought followers and so on. So you see if they have 0 and then the next day they have 10,000, something's wrong. So that's for one. And then for SEO, basically you want to focus on your high intent keywords. So the ones that will generate revenue for you. And then you want to make sure to be on those listicles to get the highest position as possible.
Yeah.
You also see in our graph that all of a sudden we go to X because we basically have first position on the article, and then all of a sudden we have a lot of traffic from Google. So that's a big one too.
Interesting. And operationally speaking, when it comes to sort of managing these relationships, obviously you're using Rewardful to keep track of the affiliate piece. I'm curious for the because it looks like you're keeping track of like the impressions and getting people to share the posts. Is this something you're just keeping track of in like Google Sheets or something like that?
Yeah, try to keep it simple. But we have someone helping us for that, virtual assistant. Because I can't keep track of this myself every single month. But we have someone that is looking after those. Yeah.
Interesting. You mentioned there about a virtual assistant. When it comes to the affiliate program, what does the team look like? Is it just you and a virtual assistant, or is anybody else working on the program with you?
Me and the virtual assistant.
Yeah.
But this year, as you can see, we went to pretty much 40,000 per month from affiliates. So I thought, okay, I deserve to have a small team now. So I basically hiring affiliate manager to do the recruitment. So I'll have someone helping me, but we already have like a lot of automation and so on, but I'll have like second hand of from someone to do the recruitment on top of me. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Bear with me. I'm just taking a look at the notes here. I guess what's next in terms of like what are things you can do to kind of juice this up to the next level?
Yeah, that's a good question as well, because so December we were at 25,000 and we set the goal, the OKRs for 2025, and I gave myself the goal. Okay, so no, I will start again. So basically, we set ourselves the goal as a company to reach 300,000 per month in terms of revenue, and basically, I want to keep up the 25% through affiliates. So I say, okay, let's make the goal quite big. So I put the goal to 100,000. So this year I'm planning to go to 100,000. And what I'm putting in place is to have more people helping me for the recruiting. So basically now talking with an agency, they will help us to recruit. They will help us to, do the onboarding and so on, because there is so much more you can do. And also I got really inspired with by the webinar you guys did with Beehive as well, where they have this, reward system. So that's something we want also to put in place this year. Like, you can win a trip after 3 months. Every quarter we look at revenue, and the winner can get a trip or something. We still need to put that in place, but that's the next level. It's like challenging the affiliates between each other.
Yeah. How much money the sort of your number one affiliate, how much would they have made, let's say, for example, last month? So you're at 40,000 in ish, or 45,000 in revenue from your affiliate program. How much of that is how much of that is being paid out to your number one affiliate?
Oh, okay. So the number one affiliate is taking pretty much 50% of the whole commission we are paying.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why when we say focus on quality partnership
Yeah.
rather than numbers, that it's proven there. But yeah, he's gonna take 50%. But this month we have a new partnership, and I think they will start competing with each other. So they will start having maybe 40, 30, and then the rest for the others. And that's why also this month we can kind of officially launch the competition, because before we had this top performing affiliate, but he was 6x on top of each of the second one. So it was like, okay, there is
Yes.
no competition possible. But now we have a second person that can start competing. So that will get interesting.
Okay. So sorry, if I did I understand that correctly, that your top affiliate is responsible for 50% of your affiliate sales?
Yeah.
Wow. So one affiliate is responsible for about 20-some thousand dollars in revenue each month.
Yeah. And I
Wow.
checked the number in 2024. One affiliate made 10% of our company-wide revenues. So that's that's big.
Wow. I mean, it is interesting. You see that a lot in affiliate, where it follows these power laws where you have, talk about like the 80-20 rule or Pareto principle. I've seen
Yeah.
an affiliate where it's actually like more like 99-1, you know what I mean? Like where 1% of all your affiliates are responsible for 99% of the revenue. And so that's, like you're saying, to your point about quality, it does pay to invest a little bit more effort to find really good quality affiliates as
Yeah.
opposed to just anybody.
Yeah. So I was actually, um, yeah, I will quickly, yeah, we still have a bit of time. So that's basically the numbers that are backing what you're saying about the 80-20. So he above 1,000, it means above 1,000 euro of revenue. So here we have the date range is basically from beginning of January, let's say, so over the last 6 weeks. And here, if we look at the numbers, is basically 20%, exactly 20% that are making 87% of our revenue. So about 60,000 in the past 6 weeks. Yep.
Interesting. What do you guys pay for? What's sort of like your commission structure is, and maybe a bit of a background about the product. So is the product? It's not a subscription product. It's you're buying like a
Yeah,
package
that's
of photos, right? So how much do you pay as a percentage, or is it like a dollar amount for for a referral?
yeah, it depends. So it starts from 20% and it goes all the way to 35%.
Okay.
It depends. Some people are self-onboarding. We try to, motivate them, saying like, okay, when you bring a few sales in, you can go to 30 and you can go all the way to 35%. But usually when it's like a deal where, okay, you get a top position on an article, it usually goes all the like straight away to 30%, and we just say, okay, when you reach this amount, you can go up to 35%.
Okay. Okay. So you stagger it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Very good. Yeah, it's interesting because I would say most of our customers are recurring SaaS. So it's a
Yeah.
different kind of model, whereas you guys are one time purchase. Okay, super interesting. Okay, okay. Well, we do have a few questions in here, so maybe we'll jump over to the Q&A.
Yeah.
All right. So the first question is from Profondo. Okay, so social influencers, would that be social influencers like TikTok or Instagram? So maybe you talked a little bit about Twitter, but yeah, what other sort of channels are you getting your influencers from?
So the second one is LinkedIn. We tried TikTok. For some reason, we don't really see much traction from there. Maybe it's the audience itself. We tried Instagram. It's also the same thing. Usually TikTok, Instagram is basically the same setup. The audience I find can be quite similar because it works a lot with those reels and videos.
Yeah.
So we tried TikTok and Instagram, but so far it did not get like amazing result from there.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Interesting. I've got one question here that's more of a product question. We might get in touch with them offline. One sec. Okay. Profondo adds another question here. How do you track impressions across all platforms? I think you kind of mentioned it in the call, but maybe we can go over that again.
Yeah, so basically in terms of impressions, Twitter is super easy. It's just publicly available under each post. And for the other one, we just ask the influencer to share a screenshot. You just need to wait for a few days so the algorithm settles up and it's kind of like settling down. So yeah, you wait a bit and you ask for screenshots. That's why you need a VA for this kind of task if you want to scale this channel.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've got another question here about this graph, which was just wondering what the red channel is in the previous graph. So C2, what's C2?
The red channel, yeah. So we don't really want to reveal all the channels, but yeah. So basically, we have SEO influencers.
Secret sauce.
You can, yeah, because I don't know if the competition is also in the audience, but I mean, I don't mind that you connect with me on LinkedIn and ask me. I will share it. No problem. No problem on this one.
Okay, cool. All right, next question from Max. Can you drill down to the influencer affiliate process and offer? You find influencers with which characteristics are using agencies? I think we kind of talked a little bit about this already. Through which way you find influencers? When is influencers burned up? How much time an influencer can post?
So the process of finding influencers, is it the question? I haven't.
Yeah, can you drill down basically the process of finding influencers and what kind of offers you make to them? I think we talked a little bit about it. So you've got basically an upfront payment is usually between $200 and $300 to do the post, and then you're adding them to one of your campaigns, depending on how.
Yeah, on the deal. Yeah. That's. But you can't really get away with no upfront payment because sometime they will post and there's gonna be no results. The next time they will post, it will go viral, and there's gonna be results. So you can't really get away with just commission payment. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I know we haven't talked about YouTube influencers, but I know in YouTube there's also just like the effort to create the video and things like that. So like you'll see in influencers, there is a culture of usually requiring some sort of upfront payment, but the back end affiliate offer is a super interesting way to go about it.
Yeah, because it actually works to offer commission with affiliates with influencer that are built on trends. But when you go to influencer with like where they build the audience based on their own contents, their own expertise, this type of affiliate or influencer, they usually never accept commission. So that's also, you need to go after those based on trends type of influencer as like a base awareness for your business.
Yeah. A question here from David. What's the best way to get in touch with affiliates? Is it usually email, or is there a way to get responses from them? That's from David from Data Bar in Vienna.
When it comes to trying to go through SEO and get listed on those articles, there are no rules. You just find a name and try to contact them. Can be on LinkedIn, can be via email. There isn't like a specific rule, and sometimes they won't answer. You need to try again and again and again. And when it comes to those influencers, basically where they are on their channel. But what I like to do is if they have like an email, because if they want to do collaboration, they'll have the email on the profile page, right? So you just take this email and contact them.
Yeah, cool. All right, one last question here. It's a product question from Paul. I'm currently using Rewardful with Stripe, and while I appreciate the commission tracking, I've noticed that the payment process isn't automated. Could you let me know if there are plans to enable automated commission payments in the future? Short answer is yes. We are actually actively working on a managed payout service right now. Probably be 2-3 months. We'll see. There's kind of some moving parts on kind of the development side of things, but yeah, the hope is in the next few months that we'll have a managed payout service. So that'll all be kind of handled by Rewardful. So yeah.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, oh yes. Okay. I've got a note here from Audrey. Just to let people know about an offer that we have in place. It's only for the people that are here today. And then if you're coming back for episode 2 and 3 with Sivo, you can tell you the rest of the story. We've got a special offer where basically for our growth plan, which is usually it'd be $990 if you buy on annual pricing. We'll basically offer it for $499, so basically half off. And basically what you need to do is you need to come back next week and the following one. So you need to attend all of the events, and then we'll know that you attended, and then you need to add me on LinkedIn and just add a little note saying BetterPic webinar offer, and we'll give you the coupon that you can use to fulfill that. Also, sorry, I'm getting a note here. We've got a couple more questions that have just come in under the wire. Bear with me. Okay, first question here from, I apologize if I'm going to butcher the pronunciation here, Brecht. Regarding the process of affiliates SEO, do you, for instance, clearly look for long tail keywords, high volume keywords? What tools do you use? What kind of outreach format works best for you?
Yeah, so basically for SEO, what works best for us is the high intent keywords. So the keywords that the user is in a buying position. So for example, best AI headshot generator, that's when someone looks for this, they are ready to buy. And that's basically the main keywords we are looking at. And then also more generic keywords like, for example, AI headshot. This one is much broader, so the volume is much broader, and that can bring a lot of traffic. And how we reach out to them, we just look on the first pages. You can go through SEMrush as well. You can have like a report from SEMrush on your interesting keywords, and you just pull a list of websites to reach out to, and from there you get the email and reach out to them.
Awesome. One last question here from Max. Do you see that the impact from an influencer flattens out the more they post about your product?
Yeah, okay, so that's basically at the moment not really. That's what I thought. That's what we all thought. We thought, okay, it sounds good. Now we are making this growth this month, but maybe next month it doesn't work anymore. but for some reason it just keeps on working. We make sure that we don't have the same person posting every single day. That's you need to have like a balanced mix. So a single person can only post every week, and we need to make sure that, of course, the posts are different every week, and also have a mix between different channels. But yeah, those so far it's not flattening out, so that's working.
Awesome. One last question came in here from Kenika. Do we also use affiliate network to find the affiliate influencer organically? I can actually give a bit of an answer to this. So Rewardful does not have an affiliate network currently. We are working on a marketplace. The one comment I would make with marketplaces, they can be helpful just to get a bit of awareness about your program. But they do come with challenges in terms of managing your affiliates and potential bad behavior from affiliates. So, the best affiliates are going to be ones like, say, for example, the way that Thibaut has kind of outlined, going out and actively looking for affiliates that have some sort of connection to what you're doing. They've got SEO content that's relevant to what you're doing, or they're an influencer and they're talking about stuff that's relevant to your particular product. But if you go to a network, you're also gonna run the risk of finding very mercenary affiliates who are just looking for like an arbitrage opportunity, and they're going to do things like brand bidding, bidding specifically on your brand term and things like that. So that's something I've definitely seen. I don't know if that's something you've experienced, Thibaut, just in terms of managing of your affiliates.
Basically, last month we kicked out quite a few affiliates. I think about 20%, because we realized that they were bidding on our keywords. We just saw our Google ads tanking on our branded keywords, so we thought, okay, something's wrong, and then realized that it was coming from there. But now Rewardful has this option to automatically kick them out, so that's being taken care of.
Yeah, we got this new feature. It's called traffic source control, and it basically, if you turn that on, it just ignores traffic from Google, Bing, etc. So, if any of our customers are on the call, definitely take a look at that. It would be in the campaign settings called traffic source control. So, yeah. All right. Well, I think we're pretty much at time. Thanks to all of the attendees for showing up. And most of all, Thibaut, thank you for coming on the call and sharing all of your experience with us. We'll be back with you again. I think, is it the same time next week? Same day, same time next week. Yeah. So everybody, please come back to that and come with your questions and curiosity. And thanks.
Nice. Thanks, Amit. And just the last word from my side. If you can just connect with me on LinkedIn if you have more questions, that I'm open to it. I think the audience had a lot of founders, so we can discuss collaboration or whatever. Just connect with me on LinkedIn.
And I guess, of course, if people want AI headshots, go to BetterPic and
yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.